Why do some men stay lean year after year while others are consistently dieting? Well, honestly, it usually comes down to a few daily habits. Today in this video, I'm comparing the 6 habits that average men typically do versus the lean men typically do, and by the end of this video, you'll probably know which ones you're actually missing. And the last habit is usually the one that makes or breaks you keeping the weight off for life or you constantly dieting. Let's jump into it and let's break it down. Number 1, the average guy starts the following Monday after a few bad days. The lean guy fixes his mistakes right away. So it's Wednesday, and Monday and Tuesday haven't gone according to plan to you. You're off track, you haven't worked out, and you haven't been eating and tracking your calories properly. You have 2 options though. Number 1, you could say fuck it and just start the following week. Or the second thing you could do is you can fix your mistakes right away and try to salvage the week. Well, more often than not, the average guy waits the following Monday to fix his mistakes, where the lean guy realizes, okay, you know what? It's only 1 or 2 bad days. Let's get back on track. I'm going to fix it now. And just because I have 1 slash tire doesn't mean I'm going to slash the other 3 car tires. So if you are having a bad week, guys, and you want to break over that hump, fix your mistakes right away. Don't wait till the following week. This might seem like a little thing, but trust me, it's a game changer when it comes to losing and keeping the fat off. Number 2, the average man wings their food. The lean man plans their food. So who's guilty of this? After a long day's work, you come home, you open the fridge, and you don't see anything that you can make that's quote unquote healthy or convenience. So next thing you know, you look down, you see the Uber Eats staring right at your face. You smash that Uber Eats, and then next thing you know, you got some tasty food delivered to your door in about 30 minutes. Probably a lot of us are guilty of that, right? But here's the thing. The average man, more often than not, does not plan their meals, and they get busy and then they rely on convenience, whether it's ordering out or making just whatever they have in the house. The lean man always plans their food. So the lean man basically knows what foods they're eating over the course of the week. They have their groceries prepped, and all they got to do is just execute the plan given to them. The more you guys can plan your food and stay consistent with that, that's a habit of a lean man opposed to just winging it, get home, and just kind of figuring out what am I going to eat. That's the habit of an average man. Number 3, the average man focuses on burning calories. The lean man focuses on protect their muscle in the gym. So the average man is more concerned about how many calories they burn in a workout, whether it's doing HIIT training, cardio training, looking at their calorie burners to see how many calories they burn in a workout, trying to get a good sweat on, and they think they can kind of do this to offset a poor diet. But the lean man realizes that workouts only make up such a small percentage of how many calories we burn in a given day. So the lean man focuses on strength workouts while creating a moderate calorie deficit with nutrition. That way they can keep their muscle and lose the fats. So if you want to become the lean man from the average man, you want to strength train 3 to 5 workouts per week. You want to create a moderate calorie deficit that's not aggressive. That's going to help lose your muscle. And you got to make sure your protein is high to help supplement the muscle. Because if you just focus on burning calories, you're focusing on such a small part of the equation when it comes to fat loss. And you're neglecting one of the most important parts of fat loss, which is protecting your muscle. Number 4, the average man doesn't prioritize his sleep. The lean man respects his sleep. So the average man doesn't think that sleeping is a big part of fat loss. So he puts all his efforts on workouts and nutrition. But what the average man doesn't realize is that sleep really sets the foundation to make all these things easier, because if you don't have sleep, it's going to make these things, workouts, nutrition, walking, 10 times more challenging. But the lean man realizes and understands this. And the lean man knows that if recovery is poor and energy is low, it's going to make trying to lose fat, trying to gain muscle, a lot more challenging, and you're gonna have a lot more motivation. And it's the equivalent of trying to run a marathon uphill. So if you want to lose fat and keep it off for life, be the lean man and prioritize your sleep. Number 5, the average man doesn't set specific goals. The lean man has specific goals and always reassesses. So the average man might have a large, broad goal of, let's say, lose 20 pounds. But the average man doesn't realize that you have to be as specific as you can, and you have to reassess over the course of weeks, because if you just have a broad goal, it's not specific enough, and you're going to lose motivation along the way. But the lean man realizes the more specific goal you can have, the better it's going to be to stay motivated and to keep you on track. And what the lean man does, they reassess every 4 to 6 weeks to make sure they're achieving that short-term goal. And that way you're always on track and making sure everything is going according to plan. Now, lean man can always adjust if they're not going to plan, where the average man has no idea because they just have a very broad goal. So if you want to be the lean man, make sure you have a specific goal, X amount of weight, for example, in X amount of days, or build X amount of muscle in X amount of days. Whatever it is, be as specific as you can if you want to become the lean man. Number 6, the average man gets bored. The lean man repeats the same winning habits. So the average man is always trying to change that new shiny object syndrome. They're changing their workouts, they're changing their nutrition, and they're trying to find something that is the magic pill when it comes to fat loss because they get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. The lean man realizes the more simple you can make it and you focus on the bread and butter of those 5 to 6 habits, and you can do those every single day, that's going to compound over the course of weeks, the course of months, and the course of years, and that's how you get lean for life. So if you want to become the lean man, you want to focus on these habits and rinse and repeat. We kind of went over them in today's video. Sleep, protein, tracking calories, strength workouts, walking, you name it. If you can rinse, repeat those habits over the course of time and not get bored with them, that's how you become the lean man. Hope you guys like my character there. Kind of went average man versus lean man talk there. Something a little bit different today. If you did like it, please give me a like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching to the end as always. We'll talk soon, guys. Thank you.